Welcome, everybody, to Ready, Set, Rematch, a show where a bunch of nerds like to talk about professional wrestling. Let me tell you who's talking about the show today. Hailing from San Diego, California, I am your host, Skylar. Billed from St. Louis, Missouri, of course, we
Whoa,
have Daniel.
that's me.
And making his return to the program from Queens, New York, we have Abrar. Abrar, how you doing?
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm here with Daniel
Oh,
McG. I'm here with Skylar 8-Bit. I'm here at Ready, Set, Rematch, brother.
whoa.
Whoa, and now
That,
performing the Star Spangled Banner. Abrar.
yeah, sing the Star
Oh,
Spangled Banner.
America.
Oh,
That's
that
not it.
we don't have the rights anyway. You can't do
That's
it.
not it. Okay. Anyways, we've got an exciting topic of conversation for today because we're starting a series where we like to go back in time and talk about old wrestling pay-per-views, and what better place to start than WrestleMania 1 in 1985. There are actually probably better places to start because there's like WCW pay-per-views from 1983. You could have
Oh,
started there. But
what?
on the
Starcade or whatever.
WWE side, or the WWF side of it for now, this is where we kick it off pay-per-view wise. So this is
Yeah.
where we're starting. The granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania 1, emanating from Madison Square Garden, New York. Abrar, have you ever been to the Garden?
I've been around it, never been inside of it.
Oh,
I wish, because it costs a lot, man. It's expensive, but I've been around
I
it.
I imagine so.
Is it still? I feel
So
like it's like kind of a smaller venue now, so I feel like the shows that are in it aren't that big anymore, you know?
It's still
well,
historic, though.
one of the main things that happens in the Garden are basketball games, and NBA tickets are crazy expensive.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But anyways, we're not talking about basketball. We're talking about wrestling. Who of you, I know at least partially this answer, who here has watched this pay-per-view before?
I have before. It's been a while, though, but I'm glad I rewatched it.
I have also watched this one before. I've watched it a
Yeah,
couple of times, and Daniel, you would have as well.
I
So
for
this is
sure.
not our first rodeo, but this is what kicks it all off. So this is how we're going to start this series. To start the show in Madison Square Garden, we're shown still images of a bunch of participants in the match card that we're about to see, one at a time, with no commentary, just a little soft
Just
rock
here they
plays
are.
while they show everyone who's gonna be here. When we do eventually start to get commentary, we get Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse the Body Ventura. What do we think of this iconic commentary lineup?
There's something like immediately nostalgic about Gorilla Monsoon's voice, even though I wasn't watching
Yes.
wrestling at
Hmm.
this point. I really appreciate that. Jesse like doesn't really do it for me for some reason. He's good, but he doesn't hit me in that same way. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Um, so it's really interesting. Like I was back in the day when the network existed. I used
Mhm.
to be trying to like watch through all of wrestling that was on the network in chronological order. There was a really good like Reddit post that did that, like put it in
Hmm.
that order so I could do it. And I made it. I not super far. I think I made it to like 94 or 95, but it that was multiple years ago now. So coming back and like seeing that again and like all of the old match graphics and stuff, like just the really like frankly not great like what would you call it, lower thirds or whatever that they put up for the matches, it just brought me back to a time that I wasn't alive during.
Exactly. Yeah. True time
No,
travel.
no, I love this commentary. Jesse brings always a realistic approach to these matches, so that's what I
Hmm.
like about it. Of course, Gorilla Man, iconic voice. How can you not love that?
Yeah. I think Gorilla and Jesse are probably the second. I mean, depending on who you ask, right? Whether you go to like the WWF side or the WCW side of who's watching wrestling. I think Gorilla and Jesse are the second best team to ever do it. The first being JR and Jerry Lawler,
100%.
probably.
Yes,
But
but if you go back and rewatch anything with Jerry Lawler in it, then you have to put up with the things he
oh,
says.
yeah, yes, yes.
I do
Jerry
miss
was a
his
horn
screams
dog.
though.
That's not his
Yeah,
screams. His screams were great, but he was Jesse's not as horny as Jerry was.
No.
no, 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 no.
So that's better. We have Howard Finkel doing the ring announcing.
He looks old. He
The
looks
Fink was
in his
always old.
He was
yeah.
born old.
I guess. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the first thing Fink does is introduce our main backstage interviewer and legend himself, Mean Gene Okerlund, who sings
Yes.
the national anthem to start the show.
Well, yes.
He does the best that I believe Mean Gene can do, and you
What a
gotta love him
voice.
for it. And he
Yeah.
starts the anthem by saying, "Everybody sing along with me, help me out here," and nobody does.
Nobody does. It's he's very clearly uncomfortable. He's very clearly rushing to get through it. There's a part of me that wonders because there's a lot of celebrity cameos later in the card.
Did someone cancel? Is that
That's
what you're
exactly
thinking?
my thought. Is like did we have like some I don't even know who would have been the type of singer that would do that in
Or
85.
Aretha Franklin?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think
We
doesn't
do.
she does one
She
later, I
does.
think.
I'm pretty sure she
Yeah.
shows up within the next 5 years and does the anthem at a
Yes.
Mania.
Yeah. So maybe somebody fell through and then they were like, "Gene, you got to do it." And he's like, I just
Okay.
wanted a beer and a brat. I shouldn't be here."
What's fucked up about that is Cyndi Lauper was backstage.
That's a good point. That is a
Very
good point.
Maybe she don't know how to sing that song.
Ah, come on, she's great.
MTV.
Time after time.
Time after time.
The last person of the whole production interview squad there is to point out is Lord Alfred Hayes.
Yes.
God, what a
The
He
legend.
is, I wrote here, a big nerd.
He looks as uncomfortable as anyone has ever been in their lives. He like
So stiff.
he is not prepared to be on camera. He doesn't want to be on camera. I don't think it's a character he's doing. I think he's just in hell. I don't think that he was ever wanting to do because I think he used to be a wrestler, right? Like
Yes.
way before this. So I think maybe because when he was wrestling, it wasn't this. There weren't like you weren't selling out Madison Square Garden with it, right? It was the equivalent of like an indie show in a high school gym, right?
Oh, okay. So you're saying it was like when silent films turned into the talkies,
Right.
then what do all the
What does Chaplin
vaudevillian
do?
actors do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
I
it's
did
just
like-
the business got bigger than he was comfortable with, you know?
Maybe he does have the energy of you have your little brother stand in front of the camera
Oh.
and read the script, and
Oh,
he's just like
yeah.
nervous.
It's the all right, show everybody your trick.
Yeah, yeah.
I like how he's holding the program. That's pretty nice.
But I think I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that's part of his character. Like he's doing that on purpose. I think he is.
Ooh.
There's a possibility that he's leaning into it, but I do think that he's for sure uncomfortable. Whether he's playing it up or not.
So
Maybe the suit is too tight.
Maybe.
one thing that's gonna get mentioned once or twice throughout this show is half the people who appear on this show, both wrestling and not wrestling, have now passed away.
Yeah. Most of
Yeah.
them
Lord
before
Alfred-
their time.
Lord Alfred Hayes is one of them. He died in 2005.
Oh,
And obviously we know that he's from England, but do you know where he died?
where?
Right here in Dallas, Texas.
No way.
Whoa.
Him
Yeah.
and Kennedy.
What a coincidence.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyways, let's start getting into these matches here. Every match is has the preamble of a little backstage interview where Mean Gene very quickly and hastily asks the participants of the match what they're about to do, and they all kind of just shout and say, "We're gonna go out there, we're gonna beat up the other guy," and that's
Yeah.
really it.
Some of them
so-
some of them do better than others. But yeah,
That's
back
true.
in this time period, people did not do promos. Like they were not good at it. It wasn't what it is today, where people are like well spoken and like actually making jokes and doing interesting things. 90% of promos in the 80s and honestly clear into the 90s are just like one guy way too close to the microphone being way too loud and you can barely hear it, and then usually someone else in the background just fully screaming. Like I'm thinking of like literally there's so many promos with the Steiners from this isn't that time, this is obviously that's later, where they're just screaming, or like what's the name of that one guy? It's like Moondog or something. He's like a hillbilly. Do you know who I'm talking about?
You mean Hillbilly Jim?
He's from WWF, maybe WWF, but he like I don't know. I'll have to look him up. But he's on like level with Bastion Booger of just
You
like,
talk about
what is this
there's a wrestler
mess?
named Moondog Rex.
Maybe.
Is that who you're talking about?
Maybe. I'll look him up while we keep talking. I don't know who I'm talking about
Uh,
right now.
all right, all right, all right. So to start off, our first match is a singles match between Tito Santana
Yes,
and
sir.
a masked wrestler named the Executioner.
Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
what do we think of these two wrestlers? Tito Santana, he becomes like a mainstay in WWF for a while.
Yeah.
He should theoretically be a local favorite between us because he is from Texas. He's billed from Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
but he was born in Mission, Texas. The Executioner is not a character that think sticks around for a while or ever shows up again, at least not on another pay-per-view. And breaking kayfabe, he's played by the wrestler Playboy Buddy Rose.
Yes.
Um,
Who I know his tragic story. I don't know if you know Buddy Rose.
no, what happened to him?
He kind of passed away on his chair due to being obese.
Oh, that's really sad. Actually, that's very
Yeah.
sad.
I'll say this: the executioner in this match is
Mhm.
terrible. Well, probably one of the worst wrestlers in this card or
First,
in this
first we
whole
want
thing.
to first we want to say tragic death. Our hearts go out to him. Also, he was
Yes.
really bad at his job. That's how you're gonna say it.
Yeah, I guess so. I will say this: at least back in the promos, it is weird to see both the wrestlers doing their promos at the camera while they're literally right next to each other.
That is so
So
funny too, because there's only one on camera at a time. Like
yeah,
they'll have Tito be like, "I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna beat this son of a gun and I'm gonna smack him down and I'm gonna be the winner." And then he steps off camera, and then immediately from the other side comes the
yeah,
executioner. Like we're not supposed to believe they're in the same room.
exactly. There got to be a cut somewhere.
No, no, there
Gotta save time,
wasn't.
I guess.
We couldn't have had the other one get, interviewed by Alfred Hayes or something. I know it would be worse
Something.
objectively, but
Oh
So quick rundown of this match. Tito hits a big drop kick. Looks pretty
yes.
good. They kind of lock up, go to the mat for a while. Executioner smashes Tito into the ring post to take control. Tito catches Executioner on the top rope, slams him, but Executioner gets his knees up. Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Then Executioner gets thrown outside. There's a quick scuffle. Tito gets Executioner in a figure four. Executioner does not tap out, but the ref does call the match.
Yeah.
Because submissions were weird back then.
that's a
Yeah.
nice way to put it.
We didn't really have like solid rules for how. I mean, theoretically they did, but you'll notice multiple times back in this era that what we would consider a submission or a tap out these days is just a person being like, "Oh, this really hurts," and they just smack the mat over and over again, and the ref just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Whereas nowadays, that's clearly like, "Oh, he tapped out, match is over."
It's okay. Back in the day, right in the '80s, they were not familiar with big move sets like how modern wrestling is. Like a drop, over the top rope, drop kick, something that's big back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta put your mind into that era, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have no problem with this match ending in a figure four tap out. That's
Yeah.
fine. Hey, Tito won. He's the good guy. Babyface won the first match. It's weird that this is the first ever WrestleMania match, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
This does feel like this would have been just on TV on a Wednesday.
100%. The I got really pissed at the referee. He was literally covering the hard cam.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's new for him, probably.
Oh, probably.
So this match only went 4 minutes and 49 seconds. If we had to give this match a thumbs up or a thumbs down, what would we give it? And it's great that we're starting with the most thumb to the side match of all, but we have to
Yeah.
give it an up or a down. So what would you give it?
I'll go first. I would give this a
Sure.
thumbs down. I think it's great. They might not have known what WrestleMania was going to become, but I think it is crazy to have the first match of the first WrestleMania have a guy in it who isn't even like playing
Real.
himself. Like he's
That
playing as the
motherfucker's not
executioner.
real.
Like imagine being that guy, because I don't understand why he couldn't just be, what was it, Buddy Rogers, whatever the fuck his name was.
Buddy Rose.
Buddy
No,
Rose.
not Buddy Rogers. Yeah. Playboy Buddy Rose.
Yeah, I don't understand why he couldn't just be that guy. You know what I mean? Like what was the benefit
Hmm.
of him being the executioner in this match?
Uh,
You know what I mean?
I don't disagree, but I also see the merit of this like old style of wrestling, like this 80s larger than life when we have a masked bad guy character. That's fine. But what really drives it home as weird is again, this is the first WrestleMania and it's not like obviously Vince McMahon knew that he wanted this to be a big deal, but it's not like they could have ever imagined a 42-year legacy that we're going off of today.
No, yeah.
So
No.
it's weird that we don't start with something a little bit bigger. Like I feel like this a good opening match would have been what was our number 3 match,
Sure.
Ricky Steamboat and Matt Bourne, but we'll get to that.
I do want to say the Executioner's promo. He said, "I'm a big leaguer." He was not.
Oh, all right, we're giving a thumbs down. Sorry, Executioner.
Yeah, yeah, it's a thumbs down for me. The big spot was that drop kick. Other than that, I love Tito, but yeah, it's not a great match.
Yeah, I my takeaway from this one is I also like Tito enough, but that's really all I got from this one.
He Tito is on cameo, so he wants,
Whoa.
yeah, so
How much is he?
100-ish if I remember last time.
Mm, that's probably warranted, I guess.
Um,
Match number 2
oh
is going to
no.
be a very quick one to talk about. So we have Special Delivery Jones versus King Kong Bundy.
Oh
King Kong
man.
Bundy is obviously a big recognizable name, at least to most people, I would say.
Yes.
Maybe not most people, but most wrestling fans be like, "Oh, I know that person." And boy, is he a big scary monster. Anything to say about
Yeah.
their little interviews?
Yeah, I mean, King. What's his name? Freaking King Kong Bundy. Iconic wrestler. He reminds me of course, Big Show. At least from his neck. Um, Other than that, I love
It it is
Jones.
ironic. It
Yeah,
is ironic that Big Show would eventually be Paul White was credited as being Andre the Giant's son
yeah,
when he's clearly King Kong Bundy's son.
exactly.
Maybe there was a mix up in the DNA there.
I absolutely. Okay, and I love SD Jones,
Yes,
man. His promo, he brings the energy. I love it.
man, it's so funny because he does come in here. SD Jones, what do we got going on here? This is a 9-second squash match. Bundy grabs SD Jones, squeezed him, rammed him, squashed him. 9-second squash, but at least Bundy does look strong as hell.
It-
In a booking sense, at least.
Big man always booked strong in the 80s.
Yeah. Once again, on paper, I don't have anything against this match, really. It plays out very much of this era. The weird thing is this is a WrestleMania match,
right.
and it really feels more as like an introduction. And I guess that's really what a lot of this was meant to be. If
Yeah.
WWF and Vince McMahon were thinking like, yeah, we have our fans, they're gonna watch this, but if we want people from all across the country to watch this on pay-per-view, this is going to be a lot of people's first introduction to some of these characters. And so that's why, you know, Tito was the breakaway star there, and we built up this big monsters King Kong Bundy. Typically pay-per-view squash matches I'm not going to be favorable on, but I think I'm going to give this one a pass and give it a thumbs up, just based on everything I've just said.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a thumbs up as well. Of course, you remember the Sheamus and Daniel Bryan squash match for the world title. That was surprising. This was surprising for me as well.
The
And
Sheamus
yeah.
one was booed though.
Oh, yes, that's true. This one was cheered.
But you could get away with more back then because people weren't wise to what was going on as much.
Sure. Actually, this reminds me of freaking the Brock Lesnar and Kofi match.
You know what? The way that SD Jones jumps straight into Bundy's arms, I thought the
Yes.
same exact thing.
Oh, I still give it a thumbs up though.
Daniel, what about you?
Thumbs down for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely never gonna give a thumbs up to a squash match.
Yeah, that's
Um,
perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, sure.
not on a pay per view. Like you can do it to like local jobber on an episode of Nitro or whatever, and it's
Yeah,
whatever. Like that's part of it. I
yeah,
understand that that's part of the business. Is you need to make the guy look strong, but on a pay per view with SD Jones, which like I know he's not the biggest wrestler, but he is like
no, but I do
a
like
name
him.
that people know.
Mhm.
I'm not
It
not a
it
fan.
is a bummer that it happened to SD Jones. That does suck.
And it's probably, I mean, it's 85. Let's be honest. There's probably a level of it where there was like, well, he's the black guy, so he's probably not going to win against one
That's
of our bigger
probably
stars.
Unfortunately, that's
Oh,
probably part of it
Um,
here in the
if
WWF.
you're not Mr. T.
Not Mr. T.
Well,
Yeah.
no, there's another guy. There's Junkyard Dog who's praised,
Yeah.
but
We'll get to the Junkyard
Yeah.
Dog match.
hmm.
Also, speaking of dogs, I was
Oh,
right. The guy I'm talking about, his name was Moondog Spot, and I'm not sure if he's
oh,
also Rex Moondog or whoever you're talking about, because I'm sure they had 100 different names when they bouncing between the different what are they called, districts or whatever. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
mm-hmm.
But he was just a guy, like a hillbilly looking guy who couldn't talk and carried around a bone and would like chew on the bone. And they gave this man
Oh.
promos, and that's
Oh.
all. That's the sort of thing that I think about when I think about promos in this time period. Is just character. Like, we've created a character whose thing is he's an animal and he can't yell, he can't talk, and but Mean
Yeah.
Gene's gonna put a mic in his mouth.
This is absolutely a different guy than the other guy that I looked up.
Okay.
So there's multiple Moondogs. It must be like
Moondog.
there are multiple Nature Boys.
Yeah.
Um, Also, the fact that his gimmick is that he's the animal guy that can't talk, and he's in the WWF. They had one of those.
They've had a
They had
couple.
George the Animal Steel.
Yeah.
Would be
They
the
do,
famous one.
yeah, yep,
So they really liked that bit.
with the green tongue.
All right, so match number 3: Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus
Hell yeah.
Matt Bourne. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat obviously is a legendary name at this point. I'm gonna be real, I don't
Yes.
remember Matt Bourne that much. Um,
Uh,
but
he's
for what it's
no.
worth,
Yeah. I
he
don't
held
remember
his
at all.
own in this match. So as most matches do, this one starts with a lockup. Bourne gets in occasional offense, but Ricky does most of the work. Whenever Bourne starts to take control, Ricky heroically fights his way out of the danger. Bourne does hit Ricky in the eye with his thumb at one point, on purpose, not to make it sound like an accident, because he's a dastardly bad guy. Ricky Steamboat does a crossbody from the top rope for the pin. I like this match. This one's gonna give I'm gonna give this one an actual thumbs up.
Yeah. I guess I'll go. Yeah, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is so big. He is so muscular. I
Oh
Yeah.
can't
yeah.
believe he haven't. I
He
can't believe
for
he haven't
sure.
like fought for the world title. Uh, yeah, great. It's a great match. Everyone loved that splash from the top rope. Big pop. It's a big
Mhm.
thumbs up for me.
Ricky's one of my favorite of this era for sure. Probably my favorite wrestler on
Oh
this
my god.
card.
Yes.
When it comes to actual wrestling prowess, I know that if you take away the cancelability of some of the people in the main event, who are obviously the biggest stars of the night,
Hmm.
um, I understand why they are where they are in the card position. But Ricky
He
being
just.
relegated to mid card for basically his entire career, that's a
That's
heartbreaker for
criminal.
me. Yeah, it really
That's
is.
he should have been on top. At least fighting Hogan, something.
Hmm.
What about you, Daniel?
Well, yeah, I love Ricky Steamboat. This is a good match. Matt Bourne, for me, Matt Bourne is on the same level as the Executioner, but we just let him actually show his face so he could be a character,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. And then yeah, Ricky Steamboat, like, if you took Ricky Steamboat as he is here in '85 and just sucked him through the portal into 2026, he could just wrestle right now like this, and it would be fine. Like, he would
yeah.
fit in. He'd be probably one of the better people still. Like, he's really good. So yeah, absolutely, this is a
Yes.
thumbs up. Also, I should have stopped reading about Moondog Spot, and I didn't, and now I know that he died in the ring.
No.
Oh
He
no!
he had a heart
Me too.
attack in the ring in 2003 during Jerry Lawler's birthday bash in Memphis.
What irony is that? Jerry Lawler famously has a bad heart.
Yeah, well,
That's not
That's
good.
terrible. Oh
yeah.
no. Well, pour one out for
Matt
Moondog
Bourne.
Spot.
I'm gonna stop looking him up
Um,
now.
um. All right, so yeah, that match number 3 was 4 minutes and 39 seconds.
Kind of crazy.
Uh, yeah, we're really getting through this. This card only has 9 matches on it, and we're already to match number 4, which ends up being the second longest match of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it sure does.
And that is a match between Brutus Beefcake. He's not the barber yet.
Not yet.
And he has Johnny Valorant in his corner versus
Yeah.
David Sammartino with his
Yes, sir.
father, Bruno Sammartino, in his corner. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Bruno's old, even in 85.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had already done what he do.
He's a living legend.
Yes.
David San Martino is still alive. He is. I saw that he's 65 years old.
Yes. And what no disrespect to the guy personally, but what always surprises me is Brutus is still alive too.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. He's billed from parts unknown in this match. I don't know what
Why?
that's about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a handful of that. There's a handful of parts unknown
Yeah.
wrestlers are just like, you could be from Chicago.
Right. You're
You
just
don't
a
need to
guy.
be.
Like
Yeah, what the hell?
you're not playing an undead warlock. You can just say that you're from Burbank. It's fine.
Yeah.
So this match first takes its sweet time to get started,
Yeah.
because Beefcake is playing chicken a little bit. He doesn't want to lock up. I wrote in quotes, "Slow and methodical" is kind of what you say when it means nothing is happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not always. Sometimes a slow match can be like, wow, these guys are really getting each other's heads. I wouldn't say that here. There's an awful lot of rest holds.
Yeah.
Occasionally something quick will start to happen. It's quick and sloppy, is what I wrote. You'll get a
Oh.
quick, sloppy exchange, and then it'll go right back down to the mat for another rest hold. Beefcake does at one point rake David's eyes to take control. Brutus elbows David in the face. David throws Brutus to the corner, and he body drops him. This exchange ends with a suplex, but Brutus kicks out. Wow, Brutus is really strong. I wonder if that's because his best friend is Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
So chaos breaks out when David gets thrown out of the ring and gets attacked by Valorant, which makes Bruno get in the mix. Both sides get disqualified. This was 11 minutes and 43 seconds, our longest match so far, and it ends in a double DQ. There is no
Yeah.
finish.
Literally, this match just gets thrown out.
It's just a waste of time.
Brutus Beefcake is my least favorite wrestler of this time period.
Oh, why?
Because he's awful and he never gets better. He runs through, it's got to be like 20 different gimmicks throughout his time here and then in WCW and then I think back in WWE later. And none of them are good. He goes from this to he becomes the barber at one point, which at least that one's iconic, but he's still a bad wrestler at that point. And then he like gets hit in the head and he becomes the wrestler with no name because he can't remember who he is or some shit, but he still dresses the same. He just has glasses on now. And then at some point he becomes the Zodiac and he's painted up like a
Zodiac.
zebra man and all he can say is yes and no. The man's got one of the stupidest careers of all time. And he just none of it ever works. And I hate him.
Well, we only know him as the barber, so I don't know about those other gimmicks.
Every time I see him, I only think like, you're here because you're best friends with Hulk Hogan. And I mean, sometimes he's not terrible. Like he doesn't offend me. He doesn't offend my sensibilities by being on screen, but I'm just never been a fan. And to waste our time with this match being 11 minutes with no finish, especially considering like, okay, so we either, going off of what I said earlier, is that we're showing our wrestling product to a much grander audience than we ever have before. So in the first match we established Tito Santana, that's great. In the second match we established King Kong Bundy is a big scary bad guy, that's fine. In the third one, Ricky Steamboat, cool. We're learning these characters. All we really learned here, what did we learn here? We learned that Bruno has a son.
Yeah.
Yes. A big son, a big beefy son.
A son who I don't know that we see again. Like I've watched a lot of the pay-per-view. I think all of the pay-per-views from this era before. I do not remember this man.
They might have tried him out a little bit more in 85. We don't get regular pay-per-views for a bit. Like, I think, well, in 85, did we get one other pay-per-view, and it wasn't even like a recurring one. Eventually we get like Survivor Series in 86. Like, so that's two shows, and then 87, I think like Survivor Series and Royal Rumble, maybe. I don't remember. the exact order. But so by the time we roll around to like next year's WrestleMania, I think they've given up on the prospect. He doesn't really take off, David Sammartino.
No, I'm actually going
Maybe
through
yeah.
his his I guess filmography or whatever. It looks like in '86 he goes over to AWA and stays there for a long time. So
Okay, well,
I'll say this: he's good as a wrestler. Maybe personality wise, he's not there yet, or
that's
at this
the
point.
problem.
he's
Yeah,
he's not bad. He's just forgettable.
there's a handful of
Yeah.
guys. There's a handful of guys in this era that is just like the skill set is there, but without that larger than life persona that say Hogan has or Savage has.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're at the top and
Mhm.
why they're not. And I know that I just complained about Ricky Steamboat not being a world champion, right?
Should have been.
He should have been by technical level, but I guess the reason he never did was because he never had that level of character. So
Yeah, his
So,
personality is never like super huge. He does become the dragon at some point, and then he's breathing fire and shit, and that's pretty cool.
that is cool.
But he's
Uh,
never like an amazing promo or anything.
the only thing I like about this match here with Beefcake and David is that Bruno got involved. He got some
See,
fist in
that's
there.
exactly. This match was just here so that the crowd could cheer when Bruno showed up. That was the only reason the
That's
match
it.
happened.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you know what? You know what? I'd be less angry if the match was 6 minutes,
Sure.
but it
Oh,
was
yeah,
almost
true.
12.
Yes.
This match
Oh, well.
becomes even more annoying to me later for reasons we'll get into when we get to that other match.
Okay.
So moving on to the next match, the 5th match of the night, we have
Oh, did we all say
two.
officially thumbs down for that one?
I think I did as soon as I wrapped
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
bad.
Yeah, it's
Thumbs
thumbs
down.
down.
I think it's probably the worst match of the night just because of the how slow it was and then the payoff didn't exist. There was no payoff.
Sure.
Right.
I'll say this: there's no mats outside the ring. It's just concrete. So
I
when
No.
know
David hit the floor, I'm like, ouch, that hurt.
And the
Yeah.
railing, like the crowd is so
Yeah.
close. Like they've got to be a good 4 or 5 feet closer than they usually are. So if people go out of the ring,
Mhm.
they're like, there's no room. They're like hitting the
They're
little
in
metal
they're in
banister
spitting
thing.
distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll say this again. The wide shot of the arena looks nice. Looks nice with the eye viewing.
It looks nice in
It
a
looks big.
vintage kind of way. I feel
Right.
like our brains
Yeah.
have been trained to feel like a
To
pseudo
appreciate.
nostalgia for it. Obviously pseudo
Sure.
because we weren't born yet.
Not
But
yet.
but it does look vintage and classic. So that is cool. But I
Yeah.
guess we'll
It's cool.
really get into that when we start to grade. So
Sure.
moving on to match 5, we got hey, 2 genuine big names.
Yeah.
Greg the Hammer Valentine with his valet Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South, versus the Junkyard Dog.
Oh man.
This match is
Everyone-
for
yeah.
the Intercontinental title, and whoa, the Junkyard Dog has music. It's the first entrance with music of the night.
Yes. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, a lot of them
What the
don't.
hell?
So far, people have just been walking out.
And I think he sings
Yeah,
it
it's so weird.
himself, is what it seems like.
I'm pretty sure he recorded his own music, and I love it. I love the Junkyard Dog. I can't help but not.
He comes out,
I
he's
love
got
him.
a big chain around his neck. Is that like visually probably problematic at the time? Maybe. Maybe. But he is a junkyard dog. That's the gimmick, and they do have chain
Yeah.
leashes, so it's, you know.
I guess I get Abrar, you're a resident person of color. So do you want
Yeah.
to talk about how equating one of the only black wrestlers on the card to a dog is probably not
It's-
cool?
It's not cool, but I think there's like Dark Side of the Ring episode 4 Junkyard Dog. They kind of touch upon that, which is
Okay.
like, it's kind of weird that he's kind of portraying it, but he owned it, so it's not offensive. I
he
guess.
does own
and
it.
he's such a lovable guy too.
He
He's
is.
such a lovable character.
There's one bit
He's
that
like
they're doing the
yeah, go
promo
ahead.
beforehand. There's a bit where he's just talking and then he breaks into like a dog like snarl for no reason, and it's very weird. He does like a and you're like, what's happening?
Yes.
Why are you doing this?
I want to say he's the back in the day R-Truth, how lovable he is.
Yeah, he's not as funny
If
as
you know
our
what I mean.
truth, but yeah, I get what you're getting at.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um.
I did write in my notes that I wanted to make sure to ask you specifically, Abrar, about Junkyard
Yeah.
Dog's butt
Oh yeah.
because he's got very tight white tights, and
Yeah.
his butt just says thump.
Yes. Look, it's you can't make this up. If you AI this, they can't AI it. Junkyard Dog has that butt.
Oh, he's got that butt.
He got that booty.
You
He
got the
got that
thump.
thumper.
God bless him.
I want to say this about Greg. I like his glasses in the promo segment.
I
Hmm.
I have never liked Greg Valentine.
Oh.
He's a perfectly fine like C tier wrestler at the time, but he's just never done
Hmm.
it for me. I don't dislike. He's not Brutus Beefcake, but I'm just like, yeah, he
I
is. Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I've always respected Hammer as like an underrated like working guy where he fits this role of like
Right.
he got everyone to cheer for Junkyard Dog, right?
Is
Like that was
here.
his role for this match.
Yeah.
He's the Baron Corbin of his day.
Sure. Sure.
He's a good wrestler. Sure,
Super
both are good
handsome, as
wrestlers.
we all know. But did you already? Well,
The
no, you're
Go
gonna
ahead.
break down the match in a minute here. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. I'll jump into it unless you have something else to say, bro.
The it's for the IC title and it's
It is.
green.
Yeah, that's weird.
Very weird.
Um, all right, so Hammer is reluctant to lock up with Junkyard Dog. Junkyard Dog does get Hammer to the ground at one point and does his signature move, which is the little dog headbutts. I don't know the official name
Yeah.
for it, but
They
they
do
are
look like shit. They look real
they're the
bad.
dumbest they're the dumbest thing I've ever seen, but I love them more than anything I've in the world.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's because maybe I'm wrong. I can't think of another person in on this card who has like their own finisher or like signature
A
move even.
signature.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. I mean,
Sure.
I guess like we've talked
Like
about like going off the top rope like Ricky Steamboat. Like not a lot of people were doing
mm,
that,
Yeah.
and obviously
Well,
Andre has like big over the head chops and like body slam. Hogan has the leg drop,
right.
yeah.
but
But it's shit.
again, yeah,
The Rock has the most electrifying movement is the people's elbow.
yeah, and that's one of the worst moves in all of wrestling.
But he makes it electric. We all love it.
Sure, I'll let that slide. We'll come back to that conversation when we actually get to pay-per-views that The Rock is on. How about that?
Sure, how about yeah.
All right. Hammer does manage to overpower the Junkyard Dog, but Junkyard Dog eventually shakes him off and attacks him with a few standing headbutts. Headbutts are his go-to thing.
Mm.
Jimmy Hart tries to distract, but Hammer accidentally takes him out. Greg the Hammer gets Junkyard Dog in a pin and uses the ropes as leverage to cheat, but he does get the pinfall initially, but Tito Santana comes out for some reason and tells the ref, "Hey, this dude be cheating." And then the ref restarts the match, kind of. To which Jimmy Hart's like, "Well, that's stupid. Let's just leave." Greg the Hammer is very irate and does not get back in the ring. He's counted out. Junkyard Dog is awarded the decision victory, but the title does not change hands on countout. Greg the Hammer is very, very, very upset that he lost the match, but not the
Mm.
title.
Mm.
Junkyard Dog is super happy that he won the match, but not the title. The crowd's happy because I don't think they understand.
Nope.
And this one was shorter, and it had a screwy finish. I do like both guys in this,
Yeah.
but the finish, if this finish happened on like a modern WrestleMania, people would be pissed.
Yes, 100%. Greg did some really good selling for Junkyard Dog,
Yeah.
and Jimmy Hart's bump was great. So I had to give this a thumbs up.
He give it a thumbs up for Jimmy's bump. And
Yep.
and Junkyard's thump.
The thump and the bump.
Bump and thump.
The thump and bump connection, as every tag team in this era was called.
Whoa.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
MTV.
I would also give this a thumbs up. I think this is the first match of the night where I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, it's two good wrestlers. I wouldn't say amazing, but good wrestlers doing fun stuff. We're having a good time. Jimmy Hart's there. The ending's stupid, yeah, for sure, no doubt.
Mhm.
And we got entrance music. You like
That's true.
Yay.
I'll give it a thumbs up.
I
It's not
d-
like a glowing review, but it's the best match of the night so far.
I believe every match going forward for the rest of the card does have at least one entrance song. So that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can't keep giving. I mean, I guess the thumbs up, thumbs down doesn't really matter. It's the grade at the end that'll matter.
right.
So I can't. But I was gonna say I don't want to give it too many passes because, like, oh, it's the first one, so they didn't know any better. You can't do a screwy finish like this on Mania. I will give this a half-hearted thumbs up because both these guys are a lot of fun and the match was fun and at least it did have like the babyface won, the person of color won, so we're
Right.
gonna take
Yeah.
that as a victory.
100%.
Um, but it is silly that they're like, well, we got to screw up the finish a little bit because like, well, we can't win the title. Okay, all right, fine. That match was 6 minutes and 55 seconds, and spoilers, our next match is also exactly 6 minutes and 55 seconds.
That's crazy.
Isn't that weird?
That's nuts.
So match number 6 is a tag team match. The U.S. Express versus the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. And I will say that the U.S. Express are Mike Rotundo and Barry Windham.
Yeah. RS.
Yeah, good old Barry Blue
Mike,
Jeans. And
Mike Rotundo does eventually become IRS. And then after that becomes the father of both Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas.
and Barry
Yep,
Windham
yep.
becomes one of the Four Horsemen.
That's true.
Yes, that's true.
That is true.
Both these guys kind of fit like the babyface side. Well, obviously IRS does become a villain. They fit kind of the same kind of thing that I was talking about with Greg Valentine, where they're never underutilized, but they're always a little underappreciated, I think.
Yeah, I've never been a huge Barry Windham fan. This match is the guys who are from here versus the guys who aren't. And that's a little shallow, but it's
Yeah.
the 80s, it's Cold War shit, so it's
Yep.
it's to be expected. And I will
So
say
again, yeah.
I love the heels in this match.
Oh, of
Yes.
course.
They're so good.
Of course. We'll get it. So yeah, it is the US Express, and I will say that they are valeted by Captain Lou Albano.
A
Yeah.
legend.
Everybody loves Super Mario. And then the bad guys, as said, are Iron Sheik. We love Sheiky baby.
Yes,
and
sir.
Nikolai Volkov. So for those keeping score, in 1985, an Iranian and a Russian.
Yeah.
Right. Although, was Nikolai
Uh,
Volkov played by an actual Russian, or was he just a guy?
So he wasn't from Russia. I looked him up while we were watching the show, and he is from. Let me double check. What is now Croatia?
Okay.
Okay.
So, in the wrestling sense, close enough, right?
Yeah. Especially
like
at the time, they were
Rusev-
like, "Oh, you mean Russia?" So
Rusev is Bulgarian, and he was Russian for like 3 years. So,
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
and yeah, they are valeted by classy Freddie Blassie.
Yes. I don't know if he was racist back in the day, but
I'm sure he
Oh,
was. I'm
is he
sure
racist
he
now?
was.
yeah. He passed away a long time ago.
Okay, well,
Well, he was old in '85, so that shouldn't be a surprise.
his racism
Sure.
can't hurt us.
No, not yet.
Not until we
yeah.
get to hell.
So a bunch of legends all throughout this match. So we start the match, not the actual match itself. Everyone in the arena is requested to please rise and respect
Yeah.
the singing of the Soviet national anthem by Nikolai Volkov.
And he asks for
Perfect.
so little. He doesn't ask for you to sing along. He doesn't ask you to clap. He just wants you to respect the singing of the national anthem. And we couldn't even get that. We couldn't even get
And
that.
he goes for it. I'd be willing to say that Volkov's performance of the Soviet national anthem, if that was in fact what that was, I don't
Couldn't
know
tell
for
you.
sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
That could have been the opening for Cheers in Russian.
Oh, maybe. But I would say his performance was better than Mean Gene's performance of
Yeah.
our national anthem. So
Well, he would have also had more practice to it for it because he I don't know what other pay-per-views he did it on, but he definitely did that like almost every match.
Yeah.
So that
yeah,
was
I think
his thing.
I think going forward he does do that. Like the next pay-per-view we will watch from here, we will be seeing it again. And I know that the gimmick of United States guys versus dirty evil foreigners is so outplayed and vaguely problematic, if not outright problematic, depending on who the foreigner is. It's a good bit, them like being like, no, we're gonna sing the anthem. That's a really good bit.
It's always good.
Right.
You gotta be heels. You gotta go against the audience. You gotta do it.
I just love, and Iron Sheik is so great. He comes out and he's like, Iran number one, Russia number one. It's like, I don't think they can both be number one. But he goes, USA.
Very good.
Plus, so like this is 85 as mentioned. 84 was the year that US we didn't go to the Olympics because we were protesting the Soviets. So like
yeah.
tensions were high,
Yeah.
even in sports.
It's just
You gotta do it.
is playing into a real world military conflict bad? Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
It's
not
by
something.
far not the worst version of this that WWE does.
Oh no!
Looking at you,
no,
Sergeant
no.
Slaughter, and or any of the people who happen to be brown in 2001. But
Yeah, they definitely did that with an Italian guy.
of all
They're like,
things,
put this turban
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. If WWE did something like regarding the Iranian conflict we have going on right this very second,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah. Oh
that's
my
not
God.
flying today, buddy.
Not at all.
So we do just kind of have to look at this like a, oh, grandpa, that's crazy you did that kind of way. But it's for better or worse, the pillars of this industry are founded upon this.
Yeah.
That's what wrestling was.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
And
here we are.
I'll just cut to the chase on this one. Not by a wide margin, but this is my match of the night. I enjoyed this one the most.
Daniel, I agree with you.
Hell yeah. Predator
This
hand.
is the
No,
best match of the night.
You know, I can't sing Ricky Steamboat's praises enough, but I
Sure.
think you guys are right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
Let me run into what happens here.
Go ahead.
The U.S. Express does get the second entrance with music of the night. It is very generic rock and roll music. This match is for the tag team titles. It starts very quick and high-flying action from the U.S. Express. They're kind of cool, turns out. Boot to Rotundo's face from Sheik, who is not tagged in. The commentary says this is an illegal move. I guess technically it is in the sense that he's not tagged in, but like that's not in today's day and age, no one would care.
Correct.
No.
Yeah.
So once again, we're still kind of ironing out the rules of how everything works. The bad guys take control. Rotundo does a sunset flip to Volkov to change the momentum. Rotundo then gets the tag just in time for a fresh Wyndham to face off with Volkov. Sheik cheats with a cane, and the ref missed it. Bad guys get the pinfall. New tag champs by the ways of dirty foreigner cheating.
Ooh. And how dare they?
Yeah. The crowd is very upset. This was fun.
For sure.
This was a lot of fun.
For sure. This was a great match.
Go ahead.
I'm always gonna pop for genuinely some of my favorite people at this time in wrestling are Iron Sheik and Lou Albano. I think Nikolai Volkov is underrated, even though he's probably not great. He's fine. He's just a big dude who does big dude stuff, but he's fine.
He's really big.
His name escapes me right now. There was a Russian character in WCW around this time as well. Nikita Koloff. Koloff did basically the same gimmick until they did like the surprise of the century where he just turned babyface one day and they just had the Russian be the good guy.
There you go.
I'll say this: I forgot how good Iron Sheik was. He was moving. He was moving.
He's great. Yeah. I love him so much. He's got a great look. The mustache is great. The shoes with the little curly toes, awesome.
Oh, exactly.
He's got
his drop
just stands out so much.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're starting this pay-per-view chronology, at least on the WWF side, after he's already been champion. He was like world champion in, I want to say 83 or 84 for a very short time, specifically so Hogan could take it from him. And by the time we get to this, Hogan's already champion. So it's a bummer that we kind of miss that on a grand stage such as this. But it's good to see him win these tag titles. What a great dude. What a great personality. What a great mustache.
That's what I'm saying.
Big drop kicker. He is so high with those drop kicks.
They win the tag titles here. They do evidently drop them back to the U.S. Express on a random episode of Championship Wrestling in Poughkeepsie, like 2 months from now.
Yeah, it won't be for a little while till they establish that pay-per-views are the important place to have title changes happen, and WWE will forever and always have the problem of never really respecting the longevity of tag title reigns. Only like once in a decade will they actually decide to give a shit.
Yeah,
So they'll
Yeah.
always get thrown around, but hey, it's cool that this happened here. This is a match worthy of the first WrestleMania. I like this.
absolutely.
100%. And people were throwing shit at them too when they were
Oh
leaving out.
man,
Oh my god, yeah.
they're,
All I was thinking was
they're
that guy with the cane should have started trying to like bat him back into the crowd.
Honestly.
just trying to take swing at the Coca-Cola cans. Absolutely. All right, match number 7
Oh no.
is a, no pun intended, a really big match. We
Big.
got Big John Studd with Bobby the Brain Heenan in his corner versus Andre the Giant. Now, this is not a typical match. This one has a couple stipulations. So, there's a time limit. All matches have time limits, but this one matters more than the others. Um, if Andre the Giant body slams Big John Studd, who, as the name would imply, ladies and gentlemen, is
Mhm.
big. If he body slams him, then Andre wins $15,000 in US cash.
Lot.
If Andre does not pin John Studd in the time limit, he loses the match and has to retire from wrestling forever.
Jeez.
Wow. Now, don't let the fact that this is WrestleMania 1 and Andre's most famous match ever was at WrestleMania 3, don't let that distract you from the fact that he could very well lose this match.
You never know.
So Big John Studd tries to get the jump on Andre. He fucks around and quickly finds out as Andre headbutts and chops the shit out of him to the best that he can. So obviously, Andre is a very, very big fellow, and the further you go into his career and life, the
Yeah.
more in pain he was due to his condition of gigantism and his
Right.
failing health, obviously. So some of his chops didn't look like they were moving that fast. By the time that we get to his most famous match, I think they're like
Yeah.
WrestleMania 3, he was in just constant pain.
By WrestleMania
Yeah.
3, he's got a death grip on the rope like the whole match.
Yeah, it's
The,
it's
the
a
way
rough
he's
time.
walking, the way he's walking in this match just doesn't look right.
No, he's wildly uncomfortable. This is not
Yeah.
peak Andre. It's not
Mm-mm.
far off peak Andre, but
Yeah.
yeah, this is not him at his best at all.
Both men getting a tie up after a while in a way that I can't really tell who's winning the exchange. They kind of just both have each other, and the commentary is like, "Oh, he's got him," and I'm like, "Who? Who has which one? Who's winning?" After a while, Andre hits the body slam that he was trying to get, the $15,000 body slam. He wins the money and immediately starts throwing it into the crowd.
Nice.
Whoa! Now, I would have assumed that this was a bag full of prop dollar bills that aren't real, but he starts throwing it in the crowd in an era that kayfabe is very much still alive, implying that some of it should be real.
It looks real.
It's I think it's real money, but I doubt it's actually 15 grand.
There's no chance it's 15K.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say that the reason the next thing happens is because there was not enough money in the bag. So Andre, like I said, starts throwing the money into the crowd, but that dirty rat bastard, Bobby the Brain Heenan, steals the
Yeah.
bag of money back and runs away. He just stole $15,000 from a man who rightfully won it. Get the police involved.
Drunk.
Get him.
911.
This match is just pure spectacle, for lack of a better word.
Sure.
I mean, not like
Yeah.
amazing spectacle, but it does play into what Vince McMahon always
Yeah.
thought WrestleMania was: this two larger than life, big meaty men slapping meat,
Yeah.
as Big E likes to
yes.
say.
Two huge guys with failing bodies
Mm.
having a
Oh.
slow match. It's not
I will say
it's not a bad match. But-
as a match, it's not anything. But as a like special event in the middle of the WrestleMania card, I think it's pretty fun. I love
Yeah.
Andre. I like that he throws the money to the crowd. It's fun.
This might be a like go to the bathroom match.
Andre's match?
Is this
Yeah, kind of.
No,
Oh
listen,
no, that's
Abrar.
unfortunately the next one.
I really hate
Oh,
to say it, but
Or at least
unfortunately, the one that people are going to the bathroom for is the only women's match of the night, and that is next.
yeah.
it is the co-main event though, which is something.
Yeah, but it's yeah.
Thank you, Cindy Lauper, by the way, because if not for her, that
Yeah.
wouldn't have been the case. This match probably
True,
wouldn't have even
true,
happened.
Is this
true.
after Royal Rumble exists or no?
No, this is
Royal
before.
Rumble.
Okay,
This is
then never
before.
Yeah,
mind. Then
I would say this Andre looks like, what's the guy's name who's dating Selena Gomez?
I have no idea.
oh,
That's
Benny something.
Benny
Uh,
Blanco, something like that.
yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that.
He kind of looks like him. I don't know why. That's just my take.
so after the match. Jesse Ventura dubs this the quote slam heard round the world, but
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's the other one, right?
Well,
yeah.
That's
Yes.
there's in a couple years there's going to be a bigger one. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
oh
big
We used
one.
to call World
okay.
War One the
Oh, the Great
the
War.
Great War, and then there was a
Right.
bigger
Right,
one. You
right,
know, we
right,
didn't know
right.
better.
That's fair. When you put it that way, that's fair. All right. Yeah, a thumbs up for what this is.
Same, yeah.
Thumbs up.
So the next match, match number 8, is as said the only women's match of the night. We have Wendy Richter with Cyndi Lauper in her corner versus the current women's champion Leilani Kai with ooh the
Mm,
fabulous Moolah.
Yeah, her glasses. I like her. I like her glasses. I guess
I don't.
I
she can't see.
we're gonna have to. I'm gonna say it now, and I'm gonna try not to say it every time Moolah comes up because it's
Right.
gonna be a lot. She's a bad person.
She's a
Yeah.
sex trafficker.
We know she's very bad. That's gonna be a segment. We're gonna have
Yeah.
to be like, oh, this is yep, we know.
Hey, so this person sucks, and we know that.
Yeah, it's a recurring thing.
But yeah, in back-to-back matches, we got people who would have battle royals named after them,
Oh
Oh
no, you're
yeah.
right.
and that's something.
But don't worry, they got rid of that battle royal
They
for
took the
women's.
Moolah.
So
Took
first they got rid of
Moolah
the name,
away.
then they got rid of the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yep,
wasn't
they
it
sure
called May
did.
Young though?
For
No,
yeah,
that was
After
the classic. That was the
ah
that was the
right
they did change
invitational.
it to something else though.
I think it was just the women's I
battle
think
royal.
yeah, I don't know. Anyways, this is the true not birth but like the culmination of the rock and wrestling movement.
Yeah.
This is as mentioned for the women's championship. It starts a little fast paced, but
Mhm.
unfortunately the fast pacedness it's kind of in a grab her by the hair and throw her down kind of way. That's
Yeah,
really all this match ever amounts to in the ways of
there's
technical prowess. I mean, Wendy does some things that are kind of impressive. I
there's
don't dislike Wendy Richter.
I think Leilani does a dive from the top rope. That's something. It's a
Mhm.
not a great one, but I think there's some stuff
Yeah.
going on. And I will say this match does get one of the bigger crowd pops of the night, which is surprising.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's interesting. Is that when Cindy starts to beat up Moolah? Is that when that happens, or is that when
It's
I
Wendy
think so.
it's
wins?
when Wendy wins. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
People are rooting for Wendy, I guess.
I mean, that's fair.
Wendy Richter's like a
Leilani
character.
says she's from Hawaii, but there's no way she's from Hawaii, right? She's like
No.
that's a Midwestern lady.
She's from the
Well,
she's from Hawaii in the same way that like that guy
she
that you worked with at Kroger is 75% Cherokee or whatever. You know what I mean?
I see. I see. I
Yeah.
see.
if she is from Hawaii, does that mean that's Dakota Kai's mom?
No.
Well, Dakota Kai is from New Zealand, but
Ah,
I
you're right.
do. The name was there. You almost had it.
I was at it.
To be fair, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
New Zealand is
Gino.
closer to Hawaii than America. So
That's true. That's true. This is the match where it became very like the reminder match, as I call it, for this era of like, oh yeah, tapping out doesn't work like that.
right, because
I
Leilani
guess I
Kai,
guess you I guess you have to actually scream, "I'm done, stop."
Yeah.
she's
She's tapped
tapping
multiple
out.
times.
Oh, she's tapping out every time she gets hit. To the
Every
point
time she
where
goes to the mat, yeah.
the first time that she does it, I was like, oh, is she supposed to tap out but just not yet? And like, so she doesn't like she's just messing up the match right now. And then turns out no, it just never matters.
The coolest move of the match was Wendy does a double leg kick to the corner,
Yeah.
I would say. Moolah cheats, of course.
Of course,
Wendy does a pretty good slam.
but doesn't get disqualified.
No, I mean, why would you?
We just had a double disqualification for managers getting involved, and now here in this women's match, we're like, who cares?
Yeah, well, you know, it's like, bro, did you watch the Pro Bowl this year?
I did not.
Okay, well, that's how it works in the Pro Bowl. There were multiple ref calls where they're just like, "Does that? I mean, that looked like a first. Whatever. They don't care."
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, as mentioned, Wendy does a pretty good slam, but Kai kicks out almost straight away. Power slam by Kai, followed by a crossbody from the top rope. But Wendy manages to roll through for a leverage pin and wins. We got a new and reclaiming women's champion. Yay!
Yay!
Moolah is Moolah, but Cindy chases her off, and we dance to celebrate. How fun!
I love it. I
Yeah.
I will give this thumbs up. The execution of the match was a surprise counter win, boom,
Mm-hmm.
and that celebration dance, very iconic. They always use it through the packages of future events or whatever. So iconic there. Is a co-main event because of Cindy. It's okay. Is that for the first WrestleMania ever? A thumbs up for me.
Yeah, I don't mind this match at all. I think it's fun. Wendy Rickard does some impressive stuff. Again, thank you, Cindy, for being here and making people care about women's wrestling.
Yeah.
It's the first step. So
Give
there
them
you
a
go.
chance.
It unfortunately like doesn't last though, right? Because doesn't the championship
No.
it gets like they just abandon it at a certain point until like
Yes.
I don't know, until like
Yeah.
the 90s basically.
They also briefly introduced like women's tag team stuff soon,
Oh, that's right.
and that also disappears.
Hmm.
So and then when women's wrestling comes back, it's all bra and panties stuff. Yeah.
It's
So-
okay. Today's women's wrestling has been a lot better.
Oh, women's wrestling now has never been better.
It's probably better than
It is
men.
at the top of its game. At certain points, it is better than men. Yeah. Like Japanese Joshi wrestling is some of the greatest wrestling on the planet.
Sure, yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
shout out women. We're fans.
Women.
Oh, and since I didn't mention it yet, this match was 6 minutes and 14 seconds. That's
Oh, that's-
actually but compared to some of the other matches tonight,
not bad.
4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, almost 7 minutes. Yeah, this could have been a 2-minute match. Like there
You're
are
right.
other women's match. There were women's matches in like 2010 that were like a minute and a half.
Yep.
This could have been worse. Yeah, thumbs up. I like this one.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
On to the main event. Match number 9 of the night. We have a tag team match. First, the bad guys, I'll say. We have Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, and Rowdy Roddy Piper. In their corner is Cowboy Bob Orton, Randy's father.
Yeah.
Introducing, I'm going to put air quotes on this one, the good guys.
Yeah.
Mr. T. Mr. T's fine. Mr. T, he didn't do anything, right? Did Mr. T say something?
I don't know. I'll look it
He's-
up. Keep going.
He says I
Look-
paid the fool.
He does
Tell
say
me
that.
if Mr. T ever got canceled. I think he's wholesome. I think we're fine with
No.
Mr. T. But Hulk Hogan
Uh-oh.
and Jimmy Snuka,
No,
who those
known
those who
racist
don't
and
know-
known murderer.
those who don't know, kind of did a big murder back in the day, and
Yeah.
and got away with it. So, yeah. What's our report on Mr. T? Is he okay?
His Wikipedia
shoot.
does not have a section called like controversy
controversies.
or
Okay.
so it's
Then
probably
we'll take it.
fine.
Then we'll take it.
Mr. A-Team.
There you go. So we're rooting for Mr. T on this one, I think. Actually, to be honest, I'm kind of rooting for Piper because I think Piper's
Yeah.
the best wrestler in this match.
He's easily, yeah.
Are
you
you, gonna
disagree?
get into the No. Are you gonna get into the guy who the ring announcer?
I've got all our special guests right here. Don't you worry.
Okay. Thank you.
So bring out first our special ring announcer, former baseball player and at the time Yankees manager, Billy Martin.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense because we're in New York, so bring out Mr. Yankee. Sure.
Is he? I don't know anything about him. Is he a big deal?
Former baseball player and current Yankees manager.
Okay, he's a big deal.
What more do you want?
What?
I don't know. I thought like he discovered the moon or something. I don't know.
Like, do non-baseball fans know him? No.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know.
He's
Okay,
not.
okay.
He's not. It's not like bringing out Barry Bonds or
Right.
Sammy Sosa. But I mean, he's big deal in New York sports. So I imagine most people in the crowd would care.
Sure.
It's on the same level as if they brought out everyone's favorite owner of the of the Jets.
Oh, he needs to get out.
Oh, bringing out now a special timekeeper of all people, Liberace.
Liberace with
Yeah.
count them, 4 rockets.
He comes out with 4 Rockettes, and they all do the leg kick.
Yeah, iconic shot.
That's fun.
What does
Um,
Liberace do? I
This
know
this is
him, but
what he
like
does. He's just a
okay.
performer. Like he's
he's like
kind of
a
a singer, kind of a
he's like a musician performer. He's very, very. I don't want to surprise you here. Very gay.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And then the last special guest who I had forgot about, honestly, and I feel like they underplayed compared to Liberace doing a big dance with the Rockettes, because just walking on out, special guest referee Muhammad Ali,
Yeah.
right. And also, I
he's
guess
here.
technically Pat Patterson, because they had Muhammad Ali in the ring and Pat Patterson out, or opposite. Pat Patterson was in the ring and Muhammad Ali was outside the ring.
Right.
Pat Patterson, of course, best known from uh, the Ring Boy scandal.
Yeah, he's not he's done too. We're done with him.
Yeah, you know.
So this time the heels get an entrance first, just like the baby faces do. It's all thanks to Roddy's music, the bagpipes, the classic bagpipes.
Mhm.
And Roddy comes out looking fit.
It's looking good.
Yes.
Dude is bulked. He is strong in that shirt he's got.
Famous shirt.
Uh and then Real American hits. That's how you know it's time for the main event. Mr. T and Hogan come out. When the match starts, Mr. T and Piper have a little slap fight. That's fun.
Mhm.
Mr. T gets Piper into a fireman's carry and slams him down. At this point, I'm like, oh, okay, Mr. T can go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you look at like celebrity appearances in wrestling matches, I mean, this is not Mr. T's only appearance at a WrestleMania. He's in next year's
Yeah.
too.
I was about to
Mhm.
say,
But
this isn't his worst WrestleMania match.
no, well, to be fair, his next one isn't even a wrestling match. So,
Yeah.
but I think if this was his only appearance, he'd be like, okay, yeah, he's up there. He'd be above Jelly Roll probably.
Yeah, for sure. Mr. T is up there. I mean, his okay. The way I just want to say this. He looks so small in this ring with all these guys here.
Oh yeah, of
Mr. T?
course.
Yeah.
He's because he's an actor, bro.
Yes, that's true. Eh, again, he did amazing. All those arm drags. He looked good in this match.
I think he looked impressive in this one for not being a wrestler. That's he did pretty good. Bedlam breaks loose when all 4 men start to brawl for a while. The refs don't really do anything to break it up, at least not effectively. Um, Hogan hits a big boot to Piper, who falls out of the ring. When Hogan follows, Piper hits him with a chair. The ref holds Mr. T back because who's fucking paying these guys?
Mhm.
And the bad guys hit Hogan with a double atomic drop and then a suplex. So Hogan would be in trouble if he wasn't Hulk Hogan. He never gets pinned because he is a real American.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Paul Orndorff goes for a move off the top rope. He hits it, but Hogan rolls in such a way that I guess he got away from it. They kind of act as if Hogan got his knees up, but I don't think he did.
Doesn't look like it.
No, I don't. I think he did not. Mr. T gets tagged in. He slows the match down a little bit. Hogan tags back in and almost immediately gets suplexed. Cowboy Bob Orton tries to get involved. And I wrote in my notes, but then a murderer stops him.
I almost wonder if he wasn't supposed to stop him though, because
Because Bob gets involved again in a second. Anyways.
like 1 second later, and then it leads directly into like the end of the match. I'm pretty sure, right? So it's like I
Yeah.
almost wonder if Snuka just was in the way.
No, I think Snuka had to be there for a reason, like match wise. So I think he was supposed to get in some offense here. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. I won't give him the benefit of the doubt in his court case, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here.
Don't give him anything.
Mr. T stops Piper from getting in the mix. Orton accidentally hits Paul Orndorff, and then Hogan pins him for a very anticlimactic win, is what I wrote.
Yeah, I wrote that too.
Piper and Orton flee as Mr. Wonderful is just left holding the bag. He doesn't really get beat up or anything. He's just kind of sad. And that's the end of the last match. Real American plays us out as it will for most pay-per-views of this era. Jesse the Body calls this the most phenomenal wrestling card ever put together. That's not true. But
it's definitely not now. I couldn't tell you if it was at the time.
this card. So objectively speaking, if you were just a wrestling fan in 1985 and you bought tickets to a big wrestling show that was happening, this would have been a pretty fun show, I'm sure. But
Yeah,
looking back on it now, as the first WrestleMania card, this is not worthy at all.
it's
No.
This feels, you could tell me this was the first ever Backlash, and I'd be like, okay, I believe it.
oh no,
Liberace at Backlash.
it's the most average WrestleMania show out of
Yeah.
all these WrestleManias.
By the time we get to the next one, they get a little experimental as far as the venue goes, and
Yeah.
then it's not till Mania 3 that I think they finally like.
Yeah.
Now we're building the tradition. So,
I agree. WrestleMania starts
we'll,
at 3.
For the match, I would give it thumbs up. There's a lot of I can't even say the word chaos. I'll say there's a lot of chaos in this match.
Oh.
A lot of panda bears. I know what you're talking about.
And
Right,
Panda
right,
Bears,
right.
a lot of chaos. I have to give a thumbs up. Everyone at this moment in 1985 was a Hulkamaniac. You can't not say you're not.
Right. We
You
didn't
are
know better.
automatically.
And I
Yeah,
didn't
we
I
didn't know
wasn't
better.
born, so
If you and everyone in that audience was a Hulkamaniac. Everyone loves this match. That nose to nose with Piper and Mr. T, iconic shot.
Yeah.
Bob Orton's cast is always in question because he's been wearing that for about 30 years.
Some say he still wears it to this day.
He still wears it to this day. It smells. It's old. Same as him. But I have to give it a
Whoa.
thumbs up.
Hey, come on.
I'm sorry.
I think objectively speaking, I would also give this with a thumbs up. I think the personalities in this are fun. I mean, Piper's here. Mr. T did great. Hogan is Hogan. I don't know what
No.
else we could. Obviously, in the year 2026, we're not a fan of the dude.
No.
And even in the wrestling landscape, he was a backstage politicker and kind of a dirty bastard.
right.
And he said the N word very
Yeah.
famously.
I also want to throw this out here because all of that's true, and may he rot in hell or whatever. But on top of that, I also just don't think he's ever been a good wrestler. Like he's decent promo, but
it's
he's
always
a
been his
showsman.
personality.
He's a showsman.
Yeah,
Not a wrestler.
He's a showboater for sure.
That's why he did so well here, because Vince McMahon does the spectacle. He does the carnival act, and Hogan is like the number one carny, and he plays it well. I don't really feel comfortable in a place in my life right now to sit here and give Hogan his flowers.
No,
but I'm also just not gonna take away from his the stuff he did in wrestling specifically. But what I will say is he was never my favorite. Macho Man's my favorite. So
Macho Man's clearly better in every way.
But yeah, Jimmy Snuka being here is awkward, and the final pinfall just kind of comes out of nowhere. There's no real build up to it. It just kind of happens, and that's a bit deflating. But the crowd's happy. It's a fine first main event. Sure, it gets a thumbs up.
I'd give the match a thumbs up. I think it's good. It has all of your big stars at the time. The celebrity aspect of it kind of doesn't do anything for me, and I do wonder if a lot of that is because I don't really know or care anything about Liberace. Muhammad Ali's great, but he doesn't really get too involved in this.
Yeah,
and being around is kind of whatever.
If you asked me a year from now, quick, name all the celebrities that were at WrestleMania 1.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I'd be like, okay, Cyndi Lauper.
Right.
And then I'd think, and I might be able to pull Liberace out. I wouldn't remember Muhammad Ali. I didn't even remember him this time.
I'd get Cyndi Lauper and Mr. T. I'm not getting you that baseball player.
Oh, that's true. Mr. T, I was not, he was a participant, so I wasn't counting him.
You're never going to have me get that baseball. I don't remember the baseball player's name now.
We see Ali beating up or punching Piper.
He did a little bit, yeah.
I will say this is probably the early stages of Parkinson disease. I'm not sure when did that happen.
When he's walking to the ring, I did think he's not moving right.
Yeah,
there's a bit where he holds his arm up, and I'm like, is it starting? Is this it?
A little bit older.
They use that shot actually for all the packages later on.
Yeah,
that makes sense. When he raises his arm. Yeah,
but yeah, good match.
So now we're gonna get into grading this show as a whole.
Sure.
So I've broken it down into 5 categories, which I hope are good enough to last us every time we do this, but I don't know. If it has to change, it has to change. We'll see. So the first thing we're going to talk about is card structure. And what that means is how good on paper this wrestling card looks. Would we, as fans back then, have bought tickets?
Does the order of the matches play into that at all, or just strictly who's on the card?
I don't think the order does, because one of the other things we'll talk about is pacing.
Okay.
So I think that kind of plays into that.
And is this a binary yes no, or are we grading it?
I think I want to do letter grade.
Okay.
Um typical, obviously typical uh American school A B C D F, but do we want to put S on here too? Do we want to is there
It
I
can
mean,
be
not that S will
unspoken.
matter. Not that
Yeah.
S will matter for
It's
this.
not coming up here.
S won't happen
No,
here, but maybe
no,
in the
no, no.
future.
I'll
Let's
get
add.
started on this one, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
I would give, for the time,
Hmm.
I would give this a B, I think, for the card, right?
You can do pluses and minuses too if you want.
I'll just stick with a B for now. There's a lot of good names on this. Obviously, Andre's huge, Hogan's huge, Mr. T's great. Like, there's a lot of that. I do think it gets dragged down a little bit by the like, who is Matt Bourne? Who it like, we're squashing SD Jones. The Executioner's just like
Hmm.
a guy.
Hmm.
Even Tito Santana to a little bit is like, yeah, all right, sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
When I look at the card I think at the time maybe I would be more excited. Like if I was a 10-year-old in '85, maybe this would be an A for me. But I think it's a
Hmm.
B today.
Bro, you got any thoughts?
So just the card in general.
Yeah, just like if you're looking at the card, how would you grade like, oh man, what a show. I want to go to that.
I damn. The thing is, there's a lot of big names, as Daniel said, a lot of big names on the card. I would just give it a B minus.
Okay.
It's not terrible. It's not the greatest. It's just average. So B minus.
If you gave me
That
the opportunity to travel back in time and see it, I would absolutely go. But
oh yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
but what if we don't know that WrestleMania is gonna be like a 40 plus year thing?
Right.
Yeah.
What if it's just like, this is a big wrestling show. You wanna go?
Yeah, I'd probably still go. I
WrestleMania.
think I don't know what my local how much of my local TV station would pick up this stuff, but I feel like I would, even if I wasn't a fan of Hogan, which at the time as a kid I probably would have been.
Mhm.
I can't imagine that I wouldn't have enjoyed like Roddy Piper and like
Oh, of course,
Andre's
yeah.
huge. Like there's so much cool stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
I think the weakest match on paper here for me is probably the Beefcake San Martino one, but at least like if you're there, you're like, "Oh, Bruno's going to be there." You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like the
Right.
same, not to take away from the current living wrestling Von Erich boys, but like the same way we're like, "Oh man, Kevin's going to be at All In."
Right.
That's so
Exactly.
exciting. So,
I'm gonna say the worst match is the first match.
the first one against the Executioner, probably on
Yeah.
On
paper.
paper,
You're
for sure.
probably right.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
paper.
Before watching
Yeah.
the show, that's the one I would have been like, yeah, that's probably the bad one.
It's like Tito, who is my favorite mid Carter at best. No offense, Tito. Versus some actual nobody who, even if he's somebody under the mask, like the Executioner is nobody. So, I think I'm gonna go with a bra on this one, and I'm gonna say B minus. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it's not like a terrible grade. It's like yeah.
Yeah.
But everything here is yeah. Moving on. So the next category is match quality. So now we're
Oh.
there. We've bought the tickets. They got us to buy tickets and we watched the show. How good, this is where our thumbs up and thumbs down come into play here, I guess, if we want to stack them up against each other.
Yeah.
How good do we feel about the matches we have just seen?
Danny, you go ahead.
Sure. Okay. I think, and this is, I guess, part of what I'm going to say for the pacing too. They didn't have me in the first half. I'll put it that way. Like, I think the first half of this
Yeah.
card, by halftime, I think I'm like, I don't know if I spent the right amount of money on this ticket.
Right.
But when we get into the second half here, it definitely picks up. I think basically from I want to say Junkyard Dog on, but I'll say for sure Iron Sheik, like that match on. Uh,
Sure.
all of those are enjoyable, fun watches.
Hmm.
So are we're doing letter grade for all of these?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah,
I
I'll.
mean, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I know that I gave a thumbs up to the King Kong Bundy one, which I guess I don't hate, but I can't that can't factor into it's a 9 second match.
Right.
Um, I would say that I enjoyed to at least some extent 6 out of the 9. So
Yeah.
Interesting.
that's 30 no 67%.
I would give match quality a C because I think a lot of what I like about these matches is not necessarily the match themselves. It's like the characters in it and some of the like character work. But the actual like was this a good wrestling match? No,
Hmm.
I wouldn't say so. Even the ones I like, I don't necessarily think were like in any way impressive as a like as an athletic sort of showcase. You know what I mean? So I
That's
think
true.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna go for a C on that one.
Man, I'll say I only love. Love is a big word, right? Big word. I will
Yes.
I love 3 of the matches out of the 9.
Which three?
So um that would be the Greg Valentine dog match, Iron
Yeah.
Sheik match,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
the main event. Only
Yeah.
Okay.
those 3. I really
For
love
the
those.
for the record, I said I liked 6 out of. If I had to pick ones I loved, I don't know. That'd be hard.
Yeah, I mean
For me,
it's
it would I think
WrestleMania,
just be
right?
the Iron Sheik match.
Hmm.
Yeah, honestly. But if I have to pick, I have to pick those 3, and the WrestleMania tagline is the greatest wrestling event of all time. It was not.
Yeah,
I
it
will.
wasn't this time.
I will. Not this time. I'll give it a D.
Whoa, a flat D.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be at least half of the card should be good. It was not half. It was less than
Mm.
half.
That's fair. I guess I was kind of accounting for inflation in a sort of way of where I'm like, yeah, wrestling back then was just like not great. But you're
No, it was
right.
not. It
You
was
are
about
right.
yeah. It's all about. I mean, it's all about characters back in the day, right? I mean, still now, but
It still
at least
is,
back in the
yeah.
day, it's
But
all
back
about
then the character was like, I'm a plumber. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Yeah, the character is more important than the wrestling, so that's
yeah,
where it is.
All right, let me factor in real quick before I give my letter grade. How many of the matches that even if I liked them or gave them a thumbs up, how many had a flat finish?
Oh yeah.
One, two. That one was fine. Definitely three. That one I didn't like. Four because of the screwiness. That one was fine. That one was fine. There was nothing wrong with the women's match finish. And then
No.
five, the last one came out of nowhere. So 5 out of the 9 was like, oh, okay. So that's like over half the card of like, oh.
yeah,
Um,
Exactly.
so for that reason, I think I'm gonna meet you both in the middle, and I'm gonna give it a D plus.
Okay. That seems fair.
So the next one, as mentioned, is pacing. This show was 2 hours and 14 minutes, right? Roughly.
Yes.
yeah.
Which isn't bad.
No, given
Nine,
modern
nine,
standards, I would take
nine,
it.
nine matches done in 2 hours. That's pretty good. We were flying
Well,
through here.
let's call it 8 matches. I don't know that we can count the King Kong
Okay.
Bundy one.
Eight, in King Kong Bundy. Sure, that's
I'll tell you this. It took me the whole day to watch this whole pay-per-view.
Really?
what you kept pausing and leaving.
Yeah.
Were you
Did
bored
you
or
falling
busy?
asleep or something?
No, things were coming up. I'm like, I
Oh,
can't finish this
okay.
on time.
Okay.
But it took me the whole day, from morning to
Like,
night. The pacing, I want to give it an F.
whoa,
Ooh.
was it too slow for you?
It was too I mean, modern wrestling messed me up. So this slow ass pay-per-view, I'm like, I gotta keep going with it. The Iron Sheik match, they were like going. Like, all right, let's do it. All the other matches are like slow. They look at each other for
That's
a
true.
bit.
I guess like the card pacing and the actual show is only part of it. Like
Hmm.
the
The
match
pacing of the
pacing is
matching. I
is
didn't
is
consider
the other
that.
half. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'll give an F for pacing.
Whoa,
Damn.
okay.
Damn.
Hey, his feelings are valid.
Hey, you guys thought I was gonna say I love WWE. No, I hate it.
You
I hate
do
it
love
sometimes.
WWE. You hate it.
You hate
I hate it
since
sometimes.
when?
I hate it sometimes.
Whoa.
Okay, that's
I hate
fair.
it sometimes.
Sometimes it's fair.
A
Yeah.
bar is all elite.
Oh, there's a poster out there.
Yo, hell yeah. Oh man, yeah. I wasn't considering the match pacing, but the match pacing is like pretty bad in a lot of them. So,
Especially when you hit the freaking San Martino match.
oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why was
Yeah,
that 12 minutes long?
it was 12 minutes long. That's like 3 other matches in length, like together. You know what I mean?
Also something I want to take into consideration here. Granted, this is only a problem that occurred to me because I was handwriting notes, pen and paper style.
Right,
Right.
right.
Um, so like the match happens and then it ends, and then you got maybe a minute before the next match starts.
Yes. Just get a
Yeah.
My
pause.
my hand didn't get a break.
Mm.
And so like even when the matches themselves got too slow, like the card didn't slow down. Like if I wanted to go get a hot dog in the stadium, when would I have done that? The women's match, sorry,
Or the
probably.
Brutus
Oh.
match.
But if I had known better, it would have been the Brutus Beefcake match for sure.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
If I'm mean now, yes. But if I'm a little 10-year-old, I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know who this
No, I
Cindy
probably would have liked
Lauper
Cindy. I
is.
probably would have liked Cindy Lauper. That's
Yeah.
fair.
What? You don't like MTV?
No, I said I would have liked Cindy
Oh,
Lauper.
Yeah.
I heard wouldn't.
Yeah.
My bad.
You think I wouldn't have watched The Goonies in theaters? Come on.
Come on.
Oh. Shout out to the
Get out of
Gooners.
here.
I mean, she's not in it, but she did the song.
God. Yeah, I think I'd have to give it. I don't know that I'm at F, but I think I would give it a D for pacing, because you're right. The match pacing in a lot of the matches is really bad. I think the Hogan match is fine. I think the Iron Sheik one's good. Junkyard Dog is good.
Yeah.
Maybe even Ricky Steamboat, but I think every other one like really didn't do anything for me. Maybe the Wendy Richter one wasn't bad, but before we started counting for match pacing, I was really looking at like the first half of this is just like none of these matches matter. Like this is the pre-show. Like this doesn't none of it.
That's
like
true.
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
preferred if you moved, maybe not with like the biggest match, like Iron Sheik or whatever being the opener match wouldn't necessarily have been a great idea either, because then the whole middle would suck. But if you moved like Junkyard Dog or to the front or something,
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, maybe something else like that, just to like get the energy going early, because I feel like those first, I mean, I hate to say it to my boy Ricky, but like yeah, those first 3 matches were just like they weren't it.
I guess technically speaking, I'm realizing now, and we're not changing the rules of how we're grading this, but I did technically call the first grade card structure, and now we're kind of talking more about structure, but that does build more intrinsically into pacing. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
we'll just call
rename
the first
we're
one
just gonna-
card.
We're
Yeah,
gonna call it card. Gonna delete that word right there. Hold up. There
Yeah.
you go.
I'll give an F for WWF.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'll get.
Okay, so
I'm on a
D
D.
and F.
Yeah, because I think that the second half, like once you get into the matches that
Yeah.
people bought a ticket for, like it's.
Yeah.
I think it does pick up. You know, I think
I've-
if you asked me on the way out of the arena, I'd be like, that was great. And then but if you asked me to think about it critically, like 2 days later, I'd be like, maybe not.
If it was
very
split
much-
in 2 nights, like how it is today, the first night will end with
Each
the
night would be like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother.
Yeah, honestly, I think the first night will end with the Nikolai. No, it will end with the Bruno match.
Oh no! Don't end us like that.
God,
There was no finish.
No, they'll finish.
I don't know if I'd come back for night 2.
I very much agree with everything that's been said, but I really appreciate this thing being only like 2 hours long.
That's true. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go a little bit higher than you guys have gone, although I fully agree with everything you said. I'm gonna hit C, just because for me, I'm like this thing. I think in parts it was too fast, and some of the matches were too slow, and the way that the matches were positioned doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But they got us in and out. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that. So my grade's gonna be a little bit higher. Okay. Production quality. So this
Okay.
one
Sure.
is how the show looked, how the show sounded, how the show smelled. It smelled like Hogan.
I was like,
Um,
Man, okay. The question for me would be like, how much of this am I gonna have to like adjust for the timing of like it being the 80s? Because a lot of this I look at, there's some aspects of it that I appreciate for their nostalgic. Like I talked about, the graphics I think are interesting, like the you know, just that like red text, the You know, there's something about that like does immediately hit of nostalgia, even though I wasn't alive at the time, which is crazy. And
Yeah.
there's certain things about wrestling during this era that I think aesthetically is really cool, but I don't know that
Yes.
it's like good. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate how at this era, because we're filming on film, that when you point the
Yes.
camera at one of the lights, you get that streakiness. I think that that's cool, but it's not
Yeah, that is
good.
cool.
It's not a good
No,
thing, you know? I
no.
like
Well, it's the same thing when we hit a certain era where we're gonna have flash bulbs, and then
yeah.
those are all
Right.
gonna
Well, and there's a little
disappear.
bit of that here. There's a little bit of that here, and I do, and I like
Mhm.
it. I think that that's a cool aesthetic. I appreciate that. I like seeing the photographers like around the edge. There's like a guy who's just on hard cam for most of the thing, just right like camera on the mat taking pictures, and I'm like that you would never get that today. You'd never see that. And there's some of that I really appreciate. But if we're talking about like if we're just really looking at the production quality of it, the camera work is bad. A lot of people are blocking hard cam like all the time.
Rough.
There's a bit where I forget which match it was. I think it's Johnny Valiant. At one point he like turns around. He does a promo where
Right.
he's talking and then he's like, "What do you think, Brutus?" And he turns around and blocks Brutus, and then Brutus just does like a raspberry into the mic and they leave, and I'm like, "What the fuck? What is that?" Um the arena looked empty because of the cameras at the time. Like you get the arena, like the ring with all the lights on it, and then everything else looks like blackness. But they don't account for that in the framing, so it's just like the top 2/3 of the camera shot. Every time
Yeah.
they zoom out, is just black, and that doesn't look great. I don't like the way the arena is set up. Like for me, production I think is quite low, but it's in a way where it's like it's bad, but I appreciate aspects of it. So I don't know
Yeah.
exactly how to grade that. I think maybe I'll just give it another D because like it's not good. Like the production quality here is not good. I think if it's my own like personal take on it, maybe I would give it a C for just like nostalgia. But I think
I mean,
objectively it's worse than that. I think it's a D.
you can hit it with a little bit of bias. I mean, that's what we're at the end of the day, our grades should reflect our personal
Yeah,
opinions.
you're right, but I also feel like we're gonna get to like WrestleMania 3 and it's gonna have all of the things that I'm saying I like about this one, but just be better.
Oh, okay, true, 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 true. Um, Maybe the problem is Madison Square Garden just sucks.
I agree,
N-
as does every place that Abrar's been.
No,
no,
he's
no.
been outside of, not inside.
Right, right,
I,
right, right, right.
for anyone listening, I only said that to Razabrar. Don't. It's fine.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. So that's another thing. I think my biggest takeaway with this whole category that we're discussing is we are in Madison Square Garden, and it feels small
It
in
does.
here, doesn't it?
It
It doesn't
does. You're
feel.
right.
And I know that modern arenas, like the WrestleMania that we went to, and then the same arena but different Mania that Abrar went to,
Yeah.
was at the AT&T Center. It's a relatively new stadium, Jerry World. It's huge. It's got this massive dome. It's just gigantic. And the Madison Square Garden is a very classic, very, nostalgic arena. It only has 19,500 seats. And and I know that we can't trust what WWE says
True.
about attendance. We know that. It says that their attendance was 19,121, so almost the whole thing,
Yeah.
but it feels small in here, does it not? It doesn't feel like a massive big WrestleMania show. It feels like if, the same crowd if we had gone to a Monday Night Raw, which we have all been to a Monday Night Raw before.
Yes.
It feels that size, and I think what goes along with that is right when we start the show, this little like video package of like, look at this. It feels very much like here on Tuesday Night Classic Wrestling, we've got here's the matches. It doesn't feel like the grandest stage of them all quite.
It, no, I think if they put all the lights on, then it'll be feel bigger. But I see what you're saying because in WrestleMania 20, they went back to MCG, and that looked very intimate and
What?
big.
MCG is my last name.
Oh, sorry, Madison Square
MSG.
Garden,
MSG.
MSG. Excuse me. Uh, WrestleMania 20, it looked bigger with lights on, and it's closer too. But yeah, they should have turned on the lights for this one.
That being said, that's really my only takeaway negatively. I
Yeah.
think I do like the way the show is filmed. I love our announce crew. I love everyone. I guess another silly thing, actually, if I had to throw another negative on there, would be the backstage interviews.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah.
It feels very much like we're in gorilla position. Should I explain what gorilla position is? Has
No.
anyone listened this far that doesn't know what wrestling is?
Probably not.
They should
I guess
know.
it wouldn't
Look
be
it up.
called that at this point, though, would it?
Uh, because gorillas didn't exist yet.
Because Gorilla Monsoon isn't dead yet.
Because
Oh.
Gorilla Harambe hasn't been shot.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
haram.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wow. Wow. I like that. I like that. You guys
There you
said
go.
a lot of things. I like it.
Anyways, yeah, they just filming like right before they walk out. And also there's like an editing discrepancy where I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when we see Lord Alfred Hayes talking like in between matches, like that was great. This what a great matchup, and now we're gonna go back to Mean Gene to interview US Express. Like US Express is already walking past Alfred Hayes at that point.
Yeah.
Like multiple times that stuff has happened.
He did say pre-recorded interviews.
That's true, but it's
Weird.
It's just presented strangely. I don't think this is bad, but I don't think it's what WrestleMania is supposed to be yet. That's my big hang up on
Sure.
grading this whole show. So I'm gonna hit this. Ooh, I'm gonna hit it with a D. And I feel like I'm being too harsh, but I don't want to be too nice either. And I feel like I've been too nice so far.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
if we continue doing this for a couple years worth of Mania, like it's gonna get so much better. You know what I mean? So I feel like we have to leave room to grow because it's if we're just like, yeah, you know, it's nostalgic and I like the way it looks to some extent, then we're gonna be like, when it actually gets good, it'll only be like one letter grade above, and objectively, like that can't be right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will give this a B.
Whoa.
You guys said most of the things, so I just agreed on this nostalgic view of the pay-per-view. Also, there's a shot where Matt Boone was coming back to Alfred Hayes, and he took the wrong turn, so he almost covered the camera, but he went around. It was kind of funny. I don't know if you guys caught that. But other than that, yeah, I'll give it a B. I mean, it's the first time they're doing this, and it's called WrestleMania. Mania. I never heard that term Mania before until
Well,
WrestleMania.
But it is okay.
Yeah, it's just
It is real.
It's like a word for psychosis.
Right, but you don't use it as like frequent, like not everyday use.
No,
I mean, I use it to describe you sometimes, but other than
Okay.
that,
You
Mania.
used to call me Mania.
all right, so 2 D's and a B. I think that averages to roughly a C minus.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
All right, and then lastly, special appearances / surprises. So obviously, in wrestling nowadays, the surprise appearance is a massive part of what not what should make a show great, but what does make people talk about it, right? There are no surprises right now. No surprise returns, no surprises. It's very much just an establishing what's going on show. But we do have lots of special appearances. We got so the celebrities. We've got Mr. T would be the big one. Cyndi Lauper would be number 2. I guess then Liberace, Muhammad Ali, and hang on. I'm not a Yankees fan. Hang on.
Billy Martin.
Billy Martin? Billy Martin. You were right. Wow, good job.
Thank you.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like if that was in ranking order, I feel like you do got to put Muhammad Ali above Liberace,
Yeah.
but otherwise, yeah, it's
I only put Muhammad lower because he did less.
that's fair. I guess that's fair.
He punched a little Roddy there.
He did show up.
I guess I'll go. For this time, the 80s with these people, I think it's an A.
A.
I can see what you're saying. I think is this strictly like what is the list of the people that showed up, or is this also including like what they did? You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. I guess you can bring your own stuff to it when it comes to I mean, Liberace showed up. I mean, it doesn't matter that Liberace is the quote unquote special guest timekeeper. He rang a little bell. That's fun.
Ding,
that was
ding.
cute.
Yeah.
And he danced with the Rockettes. And then Muhammad Ali was he there and he took a swing at Piper. That's fun.
Also, the MTV and Wrestling Connection was big during
Right.
this time.
That is
And
That's
Cyndi
true.
true.
Lauper
That's true.
was the
What
main lady for it.
that's what made it break through to the audience that it found.
I think that's why
Uh,
WrestleMania exists, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
thank
exactly.
you, thank you
Um,
MTV.
That's why celebrities are always a part of WrestleMania because that's just what it's founded on.
that's what we're
Yeah,
about here. I'll
foundation.
give it a I'll give it a B, maybe B
Okay.
minus. No, I'll stick with
B
B
minus.
because
Oh,
I
B.
think the names of the people that we have here are like really huge people from the '80s. Like Mr. T is huge, Muhammad Ali is huge. Some parts of it like kind of confuse me, where I'm like, does an '80s wrestling crowd want to see Liberace? Does that make
I don't
sense?
know. We have to
Like,
talk to someone.
is he a big name? I genuinely don't know. I know him as like the butt of a lot of jokes from the time. I don't know him as like
Hmm.
a person.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that does. Cyndi Lauper's huge. Like, there's a
It should have
lot.
been Elton John.
Should have
Elton
been
John's
Elton John.
cooler.
There's a lot going on
Oh,
here that I think is really cool. I think maybe I would have liked to have seen more involvement from Muhammad Ali, and that would have maybe bumped it up to an A. But I think
Yeah.
if you're looking at people who were big at the time showing up to this thing, yeah, man, I think that's a pretty big draw. Just those three alone. So I'll give it a B.
You know, I'm also gonna give it a flat B. And the reason for
mm,
that, I almost gave it an A minus. The reason I didn't was because obviously, being a modern day wrestling fan, I do want the surprises. I do want the moment where Adam Cole comes out and then Bryan Danielson comes out, or I do want Survivor Series 2014. Oh my God, it's Sting. I want those moments because
sure.
that's mind blowing. And here it's just they don't get points off for not being surprises. They just get points off for being like, oh yeah, that famous person's here. I guess.
Right, right.
The best thing hands down is Mr. T had a wrestling match and he was actually kind of good. So that I
It was
think
pretty
pulls it
good.
up to a good grade, a B grade. Obviously, Cyndi Lauper's great. Everything else is just like, oh, okay, yeah, we had some people here. We threw them all in at the end like a bunch of sprinkles on an ice cream sundae.
Mm,
But that's yeah, that's what I got. Okay, so let me calculate here. So BAB, I think that's B plus. B plus.
B plus.
Okay, so our average grades for we're saying that the card was a B minus, the match quality was a D plus, the pacing
Yeah.
was a D,
Yeah.
the production quality
Yeah,
was a C minus, and the special appearances were a B plus.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
That actually does sound good. I'm okay with that. So the average is a C, I think we would call that.
The whole show's a C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, it's passable.
So that means that the final grade we're giving WrestleMania 1 is a C. That sounds accurate, I
It
think.
just it is
Yeah.
accurate. There were matches that were good. There were great appearances. The pacing was bad. Yeah, the C.
But lastly, now that we've officially graded the show, we're going to award, I guess, uh,
Award.
best match and MVP of the show.
Oh,
So first
okay.
off, best match shouldn't take very long. I think we're all on the
Yeah.
same page at this point that the best match is gonna go to the US Express versus Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov.
Yes, Hall of Fame match, right there.
100%. That's
Um,
got to be it.
all right. So then this might be harder. Who would we call the MVP of this pay-per-view? And that could be any of the wrestlers
Mhm.
or anyone on the show. It theoretically could be Mean Gene, or it could be Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse Ventura, Lord Alfred Hayes,
Right.
He kind of
or
deserves.
I guess Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
She
Hmm.
there's a reason to consider her at least because
Right.
as we mentioned, the Rock and Wrestling, the MTV connection is the reason this kind of happened. So that's part of it.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking that I would have probably said Iron Sheik because I think he's the most entertaining person on the card. And I think that
Yeah.
when he showed up, the match, like the whole pay-per-view, frankly, really turned around for me.
Yeah.
But
I
if
think
we,
Sheik had the best match performance.
for sure.
Yeah.
But when we look at it from like a just strictly like who did the most, Cyndi Lauper, maybe Lou Albano. I think he was pretty heavily involved in it too. But
Yeah.
certainly Cyndi Lauper is the face of it. Like that's the reason WrestleMania exists, is that uh,
Yeah.
rock and wrestling connection. I think for me, it's got to be her. It's like, I mean, her pull was enough to make a women's match in the '80s the co-main event. You know what I
That's a
mean?
very, 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 very good
Like,
point. My only thinking to not give it to her would be Mr. T.
sure,
I think Mr. T, as I said, I can't understate that I think he did really well for not being a wrestler.
Yep.
And I think he held down this main event spot, and he had a cool face off with Piper. Good enough that they wanted to do it again next year,
right,
to less success.
much less success.
But I think his name should be in the conversation. Although I really do think, even though like on the show, Cindy didn't do that much. I mean, she did. She was a good valet.
She was
She
there.
chased off Moolah,
Yeah,
and she called out Leilani Kai backstage. She didn't say her name right, but that doesn't matter.
No.
She did get lipstick on her teeth.
she did,
Yeah.
which was
Did
very unfortunate.
happen.
Makeup was worse back then.
Hmm.
It's the 80s.
I did really like her hair though.
Her little Boy George hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh, the more I think about it, maybe Mean Gene, because he has to sit through all those backstage interviews that were terrible.
I do love Mean Gene.
You
I
know what?
do, but I don't know
It
that
does
I'd make him
occur to me.
MVP.
We don't have to have a unanimous MVP.
Okay.
We can just each say our own. We've already come together for the grade.
Yeah, that's fair. We all agree on the
You know what?
match, so
Yeah, I'm gonna happily let Daniel nominate Cyndi Lauper so that I can nominate Mr. T.
yeah. I wouldn't fight you on Mr. T, honestly. I just think like from a historical standpoint, I don't know. When I really think about it, I'm like, yeah, I think Cyndi Lauper's the reason for the season, so she's got to be my nom.
Okay. You do that. You do that. I sorry, Mean Gene. I'm gonna pick Iron Sheik.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
that's fair.
Perfectly valid.
I love Iron
Perfectly
Sheik,
valid.
so
Now I'm happy.
The best wrestler on this card.
I agree,
Yeah,
and I
100%.
agree. Well,
I
mm,
Ricky the Dragon,
yeah,
I think
Ricky
did
might be
really
technically
good,
a
Ricky
better.
is up there.
Yeah.
but Sheik had a more entertaining match. Now, is that because of who his opponents were?
Didn't hurt.
Probably, to be honest. No offense to Check's notes.
Ah,
More
Matt Bourne.
Matt Bourne.
Madborn.
Okay. All right. So WrestleMania 1 gets a C grade. The MVPs of the show were Cyndi Lauper, Mr. T, and Iron Sheik. And the best match of the night goes to the US Express versus Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. That is WrestleMania 1 in the books, fellas. How you feeling?
Go
Pretty
ahead, Daniel.
good. Pretty good. It's, it's one of those things where you go back and you watch season 1 of the show and you're like, this isn't the show that I fell in love with, but you can see the bones of it. You know what I mean? And I think that that's absolutely the case here. Like, you can see where they can grow this into being what WrestleMania is. And frankly, with WWE, well, they're at kind of a low point right now, in my opinion, but what they can become, at least. So, yeah, I think a C feels really good. I enjoyed watching it. I don't know. It's a good time. Enjoyed.
Yeah, it's something you like to look back on and see how wrestling was, because the way I grew up watching wrestling is because my grandfather, around that time, they used to watch this type of wrestling, the WWF wrestling back in the day, and I guess it carried on to me. I'm the only
Mm.
one who's been watching back to back, back to back. My brother and I used to watch it back in the Ruthless Aggression era, but I still kept watching. So I guess I'm the last lineage of watching wrestling in my family.
We're gonna keep it going. This is how the legacy lives on Ready Set
Yeah.
Rematch.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
thanks so much, everybody, for listening along to our discussion. We hope to do more somewhat frequent wrestling topics. I guess our next pay-per-view would be, assuming that we continue to WWF. They did have a one-time wrestling pay-per-view, also in '85, November of '85, called the Wrestling Classic.
Huh.
Um, but you know what? That all depends on if that's on a streaming service to find. If it's
Yeah,
not, we're
everything's
going
really-
straight to WrestleMania 2.
It's all really confusing that way now with the Netflix stuff.
Oh, look. Moondog Spot was on the Wrestling Classic. That's cool.
Yo,
There's
full
15
circle.
matches in this one.
Oh, bro's scared of old wrestling. We'll let you know, everybody. But until then, you can obviously follow this show on Spotify and YouTube. Ready, Set, Rematch is hopefully going to become a somewhat frequent thing. We really appreciate you to subscribe or leave a comment or all that good stuff. Like, thumbs down if you're mean to us. We're just little baby boys. Don't be mean to us. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Skylar8bit. Daniel, you want to tell them where they can
Yeah.
follow you and stuff?
You can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Daniel J. McG.
And Bro, where can they follow you?
Yeah, I also have a podcast, which is crazy. It's called the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. And watch out for some watch-alongs with Neil Breen movies.
Oh, we do a couple of those. And until we meet again, everybody, go ahead and get Liberace to ring that bell.
Ding ding.
Everything feels right. Let's play, take a trip back in time where pixels and memories